Hello, I'm Dr. Debbie, and this is Evolve Global 22's Healing Light Studio. We offer gentle, evidence-informed, soul-rooted practices for adults, children, and families, supporting whole person healing, health, and wellness with a special focus on nervous system regulation, emotional wellness, identity and self-connection, healing in everyday life, and balance that actually works in the real world. Our work is guided by the power of three: energy medicine, Ayurveda-inspired living, and herbal wisdom. We strive to help heal the whole person, a truly comprehensive, integrated approach. This work continue in a sustainable and accessible way. We have created Evolve Global 22's Healing Light Studio on Patreon. Patreon allows this work to exist without overwhelm, without high financial barriers, and without asking people to do more than they are able. There is a space for you here at whatever level feels right. Healing happens here. Wholeness lives within you. Hello, everybody. It's Dr. Debbie with Evolve Global 22's Healing Light Studio. Welcome. It's Friday. The first week of January is over. It's unbelievable. Again, welcome and thank you for being here with me tonight. Tonight is a slower conversation, not because it's heavy, but because it's foundational. Healing, health, and wellness and spirituality are often talked about as separate paths, different goals, different conversations. But the human mind, body, soul, and spirit were never designed to live in fragments. When we separate these ideas, people end up doing everything right and still not feeling whole or well. Tonight, we're not offering answers, we're restoring context. We're looking at what science is rediscovering and what ancient systems never forgot. Tonight's live stream is about why healing, health, wellness, and spirituality are one conversation. It's a science-informed and ancient perspective on wholeness. So let's get right into this, my friends. Learning point number one: separation is cultural, not biological. Modern systems divided the human experience. Healing became medical, wellness became behavioral, spirituality became optional or private. But the body does not experience life in categories, my friends. From a scientific perspective, stress affects immunity, meaning affects hormones, belief affects pain perception. Biology responds to experience, not labels. In ancient teachings, there are no separation between mind, body, soul, and spirit. Health is described as balance or harmony. In real life, this separation looks like this. Someone is seeing doctors, taking medications, following protocols, but feels emotionally flat, spiritually disconnected, or internally exhausted. Or someone is eating well, exercising, doing all the right things, but still waking up tired, anxious, and unfulfilled. Or someone is deeply spiritual, but neglecting sleep, nourishment, or physical care. Nothing is wrong with these people. They're responding to a system that taught them to treat parts instead of understanding themselves as one integrated whole. Let's align this thought or this concept with Evolve Global 22's power of three. Energy medicine teaches us fragmentation often feels like scattered energy, pulled in too many directions, never fully replenished. Ayurveda-inspired living teaches us separation shows up as imbalance, irregular routines, disrupted digestion, living out of rhythm with the body's needs. And herbal wisdom teaches us herbs work system-wide. They remind us the body doesn't heal in isolation. It heals through connection and support. Think about this for a moment. Ask yourself, where have I accepted categories that don't match how I actually feel? Now, learning point number two. Healing is reconnection, not just repair. Healing is often treated like fixing what is broken, but true healing involves restoring relationship with the body, the self, and life itself. In science, neuroplasticity shows identity affects recovery and meaning influences resilience. In ancient wisdom, illness is viewed as a loss of harmony, not failure. In real life, this looks like someone whose lab work improves, but they still don't feel like themselves. Or lab work comes back and says nothing is wrong, but you feel sick or out of sorts, like something is wrong. Or someone whose symptoms lessen, yet they feel disconnected from joy, purpose, or direction. And sometimes the opposite happens. Someone still lives with a diagnosis, but feels calmer, clearer, and more grounded than before. Healing isn't only about what stops hurting, it's about what starts to feel alive again. Let's frame this in our power of three. In energy medicine, reconnection often shows up as feeling back in your body, less numb, less braced, and more present. In Ayurveda inspired living, healing means restoring supportive rhythms, sleep, meals, daily structure that signals safety and stability. In herbal wisdom, herbs support healing gently over time, helping the body rebuild trust in itself instead of forcing change. Think about this for a moment. Ask yourself, when I say I want to heal, what am I truly hoping will change? Learning point number 3, my friends. Wellness without awareness becomes control. Wellness without spirituality often turns into performance. Science says hypercontrol increases stress hormones and perfectionism leads to burnout. In ancient medicinal systems, wellness is defined as balance, rhythm, and responsiveness. In real life, this looks like tracking everything: food, steps, sleep, productivity, but feeling tense, rigid, or anxious underneath it all. It looks like pushing through workouts when the body is asking for rest. It looks like doing wellness right, but resenting the very routines meant to support you. This isn't failure, my friends. It's what's happening when wellness becomes control instead of care. Let's frame this in the power of three. In energy medicine, control often feels like tight, contracted energy, constant effort instead of flow. In Ayurveda inspired living, we are invited to be responsive, adjusting to seasons, stress, and life changes instead of rigid rules. In herbal wisdom, we are taught herbs work slowly and patiently, teaching us that consistency and gentleness often heal more than force. Ask yourself this question, my friends. Where am I managing my life instead of inhabiting it? Learning point number 4. Spirituality is the organizing principle of wholeness. Spirituality is not belief. It is awareness in relationship with life. Science tells us purpose improves healing outcomes, and meaning lowers despair. The ancient consensus is ritual, story, and ceremony was in the forefront and existed in all cultures. In real life, people often say, I don't know what's wrong, I just feel lost. They're not lacking information, they're lacking orientation. Spirituality gives context. It answers, why am I doing this? Who am I becoming? And what matters right now? Without that, even good habits feel empty. The power of three teaches us in energy medicine, intention organizes energy. When purpose is clear, effort feels lighter and more focused. In Ayurveda inspired living, spirituality aligns life with natural rhythms. sunrise, seasons, cycles of effort and rest. In herbal wisdom, plants teach relationship, listening, patience, and respect for life's intelligence. Ask yourself this question and think about it for a moment. What gives my life coherence when things feel unstable? Now, my friends, learning point number 5. Fragmentation creates chronic struggle. When we treat parts instead of people, healing becomes incomplete. Science says symptom only care. It misses the root causes. Isolation worsens outcomes. In ancient practices, healing was communal, belonging was medicine. In real life, fragmentation looks like caregivers who give endlessly but never receive. It looks like people carrying stress silently because they don't want to burden anyone else. It looks like healing becoming lonely, appointments, protocols, self-help, but no sense of shared support. Humans are not designed to heal alone. So how does the power of 3 support us? In energy medicine, chronic giving without replenishment drains the system and weakens energetic boundaries. In Ayurveda-inspired living, ongoing imbalance often comes from too much output and too little restoration. In herbal wisdom, traditional healing included broths, teas, and tonics shared in community, healing as a collective act. Ask yourself this question: what in my life feels isolated instead of supported? Now that we've completed the 5 learning points, what does all of this mean in our day-to-day real world? So let's bring this out of theory and into real life. Because if healing, health, wellness, and spirituality are one conversation, what does that actually change for us Monday morning in our homes or at work and in our bodies? It means your symptoms are not just problems to silent, they're information. Fatigue isn't laziness. Anxiety isn't always weakness. Pain isn't always something to push through. Often these are signals asking for reconnection, not judgment. It means doing everything right isn't the same as being well. You can eat well, exercise, and still feel empty. You can be productive and still feel misaligned. Wellness without meaning becomes maintenance, not nourishment. It means healing asks for relationship, not just discipline. Relationship with your body, relationship with your energy, relationship with how you live your days. Healing grows where listening replaces forcing. It means spirituality doesn't pull you away from real life. It helps you live it. Spirituality gives orientation when life feels confusing. It helps you decide what matters and what doesn't. It grounds your choices instead of overwhelming them. Spirituality isn't about escaping life, it's about inhabiting it. It means small, consistent alignment matters more than big, dramatic change. Gentle rhythm beats intensity. Support beats willpower. Integration beats perfection. Wholeness, my friends, is built quietly, one aligned choice at a time. And finally, it means you are not broken. You may be disconnected. You may be overwhelmed. You may be out of rhythm, but none of that means you are failing. It means your system is asking for integration, and integration is possible. Now, I want to leave you with the 5 journal and reflection questions. If you haven't started journaling, please start at least just once a week for a few minutes. If not, then use these reflection questions to think. Number 1, where have I separated healing from meaning? Number 2, what does being well truly mean to me? Number 3, it's been a long week all. Where am I coping instead of healing? Number 4, what part of me is asking for integration, not improvement? And number 5, what would wholeness feel like in my everyday life? As always, friends, Evolve Global 22 Healing Light Studio is available on Patreon. If tonight's conversation resonates with you, my Patreon is where we take these ideas out of theory and into lived experience. We go beyond all of the content that I provide publicly. You can become a community supporter for just $1 a month. This just helps us keep the lights on, and it also helps me to continue to service people who cannot afford full service packages. In Tier 2, the first 50 members are considered the Founders Healing Group, Healing Circle. That is for only $77.99 a month at this time. This is for those who are ready to live the power of 3, to learn practices and to gain support that they need beyond what is available publicly on my YouTube channel and what I do here in these live streams. Again, if you are a Patreon member, if you become a Patreon member, you support the healing of someone else. All of the funds that come in through Patreon are put back into service to others. This is not about fixing yourself. It's about learning how to live whole, sustainably. Thank you, my friends, for staying with a deeper conversation tonight. Wholeness isn't something we achieve. It's something we remember. And always remember, healing lives here, but wholeness lives within you. Peace, love, and light. I wish you all the best weekend ahead. I will see you